Welcome back to WagerTalk.com, brought to you by $2 Tuesdays. Each and every Tuesday at WagerTalk, we pick a capper. We give his best bet away for just $2. It's a great way to introduce yourself to a new capper or just to WagerTalk itself. $2 Tuesday, each and every Tuesday. We'll have more about that at the end of the video. Guys, Monday Night Football, we've got Detroit at the New York Giants. This is going to be Ralph's best bet. I'm going to come to you first, Preston. Watching last week, you had the Lions for 3 quarters. Looked like the Detroit Lions of old. They weren't doing anything. And then all of a sudden, they make a big rally in the fourth quarter. Arizona just couldn't get out of their own way. 3 interceptions for Carson Palmer. Horrible day. And then on the flip side, the Giants, they looked ugly from pillar to post on Sunday Night Football. What do you make of this game? Is the Giants as bad as they looked? And I know they were without Beckham, but seriously, they still have no running game.
They don't really have a running game, and if they're out Beckham, the next best receiver is Brandon Marshall, who hadn't played a game yet, with Eli Manning. So he struggled too. The offensive line isn't great, so that hurts on top of it. If you can't run, then you can't really pass protect for Eli. I'm not sure. I don't think they're that bad. Obviously, they're going to be able to score more points throughout the season than just 3, I think it was. But the thing that really is intriguing to me is this Detroit Lions run. And I saw the stat today, just for the first time, kind of going back to last year, how many teams have been down or for how many games in the fourth quarter the last 2 seasons. The Lions lead the league. They've been down in the fourth quarter 16 times. They're tied with the Browns, I think. They're 9-7. The next teams that are like 16, 15, 14, 13 games, they're like 0-16, 1-15, 0-14. Like they were 9-7. I don't know how they do this every time in the fourth quarter. So if you are going to bet the Giants, I'd recommend like maybe splitting it up, getting some first half in there in case the Lions and Stafford just come back and win another game after being down in the fourth. So I'm probably staying away just to kind of see and gather more information on both of these teams going forward with the season. Yeah,
it's definitely not going to be an exciting Monday Night Football game, Ralph, that's for sure. You talk about the ineptness of this Giant offense. Going back to last season, in the first game this year, it's now 7 straight regular season games that they have failed to score 20 points in a game, this New York Giant offense.
The whole year. They didn't even top 28 points last year. I think them, the Bears, and the Browns there was a handful of teams that didn't top 28, and the Giants, their highest was 28 on the year. So I'm basically going to go, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Giants, Eli Manning is not one that's going to score a lot of points. Beckham's probably not going to play. The Giants' defense, to me, is a top 10 defense. Could be better than that. Could be top 5 defense. Stafford looked great. I think that's the reason this total's 43. I made it 40. I think Stafford on the road is a different story. Playing the Giants' defense in New York on a Monday night is much different than playing Arizona at home when you had great field position for a lot of spots. Simply, I'm going the Giants under 43. I think there's a lot of value. I think if this were one of these games later in the year, the total might be 39 or 40. At the beginning of the year, we tend to get a few higher numbers. People love those overs. I'm going to go under the total.
Monday Night Football, as much as they can love an under, it's just hard for the betting public to bet a game and say the words under whenever you're watching a game on TV. It's the gambler's mentality, because if they bet the over in their mind, they're never out of it. Right. They always have a chance. But in reality, they're never ahead until they actually go over the number.
Case in point, I had Chargers over 19.5 on Monday night. Somehow I won that bet. I was always alive, never dead.
Team total, yeah, that was dead in the water. And they were still running the football for most of the game. All right, guys, hey, as we said earlier, $2 Tuesday. We pick the capper. It's usually a hot capper, and you get his best bet for Tuesday at just $2. Now, a lot of times now that we're into football season, that $2 Tuesday play is actually going to be a football play for later in the week, and you can take advantage of it. $2 Tuesday each and every week at WagerTalk.com. That's it for this week, guys. Good luck. We'll be back next week. Thank you to Matthew Holt for coming in from CG Technologies, Brian Leonard, Ralph Michaels, and the prodigal son returned, Preston, to the stage. A couple months off there, buddy. We missed you. And yours truly, Marco D'Angelo, back next week.